I want to start out by saying I hope this message is well received. I know on every issue, there's going to be a group of people that do not agree about something. But sadly enough, I think that the world is woke enough or educated enough to understand that you are ruining your marketability. And in case you don't know what that word means, it's the opportunities you have and the story that you portray, it gets passed on. And once they know that you're a good person, or once anybody knows that you're a good person, they might possibly pass that story on to the next person. And this increases your marketability. But the minute people hear bad things, it just snowballs. And the situation tends to get worse. It tends to get more difficult. And this is the situation that a large percentage of people in the Black community are in. And it's obviously no fault of their own, but it's the culture that gets passed on. So let's make it really short and simple. I'm not going to be the one to spread your story. I'm not going to be the one to hate on you. I'm not going to be the one to discourage you from your goals or whatever you're trying to do. But guess what? I'm not speaking for everybody. Everybody in your circle, they may know you, and they are testimony to what you do, what you think, and how you act. And of course, we already understand most people have picked it up as a fact of a matter that acting is a very lucrative business model. The best way for you to act is to act like a well-behaved, well-mannered person. But guess what? If you don't have those good examples in your area, guess how you're going to act? So this next portion of the video is just me ranting. And then after that rant, I'm going to play a video of Nick Cannon and, a little bit of his piece when he interviews Kanye West. And then after, a couple more videos. Please feel free to comment, subscribe, and just enjoy. So this point that Nick Cannon makes here is so relevant. The reason being is because this is often the case. And I'm not going to be one-sided about this issue. Long story short, growing up where I grew up, I've been down south and all that stuff, they're always trying to put us against each other. They're always trying to make us fight with each other. Like they put blacks and Haitians, African Americans against Haitian people, or or blacks and Africans, they put them against each other, even though they're from the same area, right? But, individuals, when it comes to a debate or a difference in opinion or just talking points, they naturally do that. It's like they've been trained to do that. And I'll give it to you. I myself have said it multiple times because there was a point in my life where I did work in the education system, and I said, there are kids who do not behave. They do not behave properly. They behave poorly consistently, and we need to fix that. And this is why I want every person of color to basically get behind their kids and make sure that for the future, we have our kids behaving properly, especially when it comes to being seen in the public eye. They point the finger. This is the reason why, one example, Nickelodeon and other television stations, they vowed never to go to minority schools. I mean, I shouldn't say they vowed, but it's basically what's the word that so many people use? Shadow ban. They shadow banned minority colored schools. And I'll show one evidence of this. And this is the video I'm going to play is, of course, the Nick Cannon discussion. And then after, I'll show you one of the reasons why, I've worked in all these different industries. And I'm like, trying to convince them. Then they'll show you a clip like this. And it's gonna play after the Nick Cannon video. But you'll see what I'm talking about. This is why they don't have activities like this. But of course, now it doesn't matter because in the next couple of years, they already have an agenda set up. So when I say they, I'm talking about the people in authority who are controlling things. They're using Corona to keep everybody inside and they're going to basically shame, blame, and make you feel bad if you do anything outside of the guidelines. So of course, I'm telling you, please follow the guidelines. And obviously, everybody who's acting out in some type of way, you already know they're probably going to shoot you, especially if you're a black man. But watch the next couple of videos I'm going to play for you.
You know, I see this white man come up to me and just stick a camera in my face like, all right, here you go. He about to ask about all this stuff. And then when he saw he had no entry because I had an answer for him every time just based off of my own atonement, then he was like, well, what about Kanye West? And I was like, okay, this is like what Malcolm X talks about the media. They try to turn the guilty innocent, the innocent guilty. That's the most powerful entity because it's going to have you hating the people being oppressed and loving the oppressors. So I'm already in that zone. And then as soon as he bring your name up, I was like, I'm not going to let this man try to make me ridicule my brother based off of something that he knows is going to be clickbait. It's like, yo, that's my family. First thing I said, I love it. I love what Ye doing. And then he's like, so he's like, come on, man, you're not going to vote for him. I'm like, I'm not going to give you what you need. So if you trying to make fun of me or him, you're not going to get that. I'm going to stand by my man because I vow to never to talk bad about any other black person in public, especially in media, but especially somebody that I love and consider my brother.
Hello, friend.
Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon, boys and girls.
Shut the fuck
Hey,
Hey.
not nice.
up! No, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You need to leave?
No, man.
Okay.
Oh, he's out. Yeah, he's out.